So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video, and I think it's about time we talk about eFootball 2022. You know, I've had a few people asking, like, you know, why don't you go back and play it? And I have. I've played it off camera, but I kind of wanted to just tell you why I'm not playing it, why I haven't really enjoyed it, and then also have a bit of a comparison. Now, I've got it in ultra wide today because it's better to do it that way, to be able to compare them side by side. So we've got eFootball on the left, we've got PES 21 on the right hand side. This isn't really modded gameplay. I just wanted sort of standard gameplay because, as we know, eFootball's not going to be modded. So that's what we're going to be going over. It's not going to be a long video, but I honestly wanted to give you guys like my thoughts. I think it's important either way to let Konami know how us massive PES fans that have been so loyal to the series for decades now feel about this game and kind of the direction that they've kind of gone. Master League, by the way, will probably return Friday, I'm hoping. I want to let the first episode marinate a little bit, you know, a bit of marination, just so you guys can get your thoughts, opinions all about selling players and buying them. So if you haven't seen the first episode, go and give it a watch and let me know who you think we should sell and who we should buy. Mainly who we should purchase. I would like to pick up like one absolute gem who's a young player that we can evolve. That'll be the game plan. But anyway, let's dive into today's video and talk about eFootball. Alrighty, so we're going to dive right into this. I'm going to play both of them at the same time. The videos, by the way, that I'm using, one's from Gamer Station, one is from Throneful, so I will leave the links of those that I'm using and credit them in the description in case you guys want to watch them on their own. But anyway, let's roll them at the same time and kick this off, right? And the first thing you'll notice, obviously, it's a little bit washed out with eFootball, whereas PES 21's a little bit more vibrant. This is probably, I think, played maybe on the PC. Look, folks, I've played eFootball on the PS5. I think I may have played it on the PS4 as well. Don't know. But I know I've played it on the PS5 and I've played it on PC. And I will say, on PC, eFootball is not well optimized in any shape or form. In fact, it's terrible. Like, there's jaggies, there's no anti-aliasing at all. I've tried to use like different resolution enhancers and all this, but it really doesn't do a whole lot for me. And going from playing PES 21, which looks fantastic, even for a game this old, or that old, eFootball just, it doesn't look right. It really doesn't. So, first of all, badly optimized, and a shocking way to put a game out from Konami, to release something that's so, as I say, poorly optimized on PC. Don't bother putting it out, because all it does, someone like myself and you guys, is look at it and go, what on earth are we playing? I mean, right there, Mbappe, I don't know. The player models look all right in certain circumstances, and then other times it doesn't look very good. Another problem, I mean, that's not really a big problem, right? They can fix that. You know, graphics, optimization's never that bad. You can always go in there and sort that out. Another problem I have, though, with eFootball is the controls. Like, there is a huge problem with the control scheme for this game. Now, I know you've got to get used to it. Yes, it's the traditional PES way, but they don't normally put out a game. I know this is meant to be a brand new game with a brand new direction, but still, to go in there and change the controls and dumb them down so much that I don't enjoy playing the game, it's a huge backfire. It's a huge backfire, right? I'm going to pause these real quick and show you this, okay? The control scheme. So this is the control scheme for eFootball, as you can see, 2022. Obviously, moving's the same, and matchup is generally the same as what we have on PES 21. The physical defending with L2 is a weird choice. I don't know why. I've never seen any football game use L2 to literally do physical defending. I know what they're trying to do, you know, change things up, make it mobile friendly, but it's a weird decision for me, personally. Then you've got slide tackle, right, that's the same. Tackle's X and clear is X. Cursor change is LB, that's always been the same. And then you can manual cursor change it as well. They could have done a lot more defensively, because I don't think defending in PES 21 is that bad. It really isn't. And now, as you can see through this list, where is like teammate contain or teammate press. It's not there anymore. Do I miss it? Yes, I do. I never used to OP it and abuse it, but I do miss having the option to have another defender come in and help you out. They don't need to have a 2-3 player, you know, when they all congregate and they attack. When you, I think it was double press. Is it square? Can't remember now exactly on PES 21. But one button, you double press it, and then it's like 2 or 3 players come in and team press. We don't need that. But having one player while you're controlling another player is just logical, and they completely removed it. Then you go down. Obviously, we've got the goalkeeping, not really bothered about that. But you're talking about like attacking. There's no player runs as well. You can't make any players make runs. So once again, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I can't do what I want the game to do. The game's literally got to do it for me. And if that player's not going to make a run, I have no say in it. FIFA has it. You press L1, the player makes a run. I use it so much. R1 on FIFA makes the player come towards the ball. Perfect. Use that, Konami. Honestly, use it. All right, let's get back to the gameplay and run these. But yeah, that's another big problem for me, the control scheme. I know we'll finally, you know, get used to it at some point. But going from PES 21, where I thought the controls were honestly fine, like just start adding extra things. Don't take things away. Don't do it. So yeah, those are my first 2 problems with the game. Optimization's terrible, and it looks just terrible on PC as a whole. And then the control scheme. Yes, you can get used to it, but it still shouldn't have been changed the way they changed it. We never asked them. You know, we never asked them. Konami should have come to us and said, look, what do you guys want in the next iteration of PES? I mean, you look at PES 21 here. It's a good pace. You know, the players are moving around, knocking it around. Even the animations at some point are still pretty good for a game this old. Yeah, the goalkeeping needs major work. That's always been the case. They jump way too far. They're too superhuman at times. But as a whole, like PES 21, there was not a ton wrong with it. All they had to do was take that engine, take the core fundamentals of the game, and build upon it. Leave the controls alone, just improve them. Having obviously the little circle as well around the players, I mean, you can take that off. That's not actually a bad thing, to be honest, because when you are playing on manual, you do kind of know, you know, where to go. And by the way, this video came out, as you can see there, February 18th, 2022. So this is the newer version of eFootball, which is what I wanted to get. I know there's been a few little updates, but nothing crazy. But honestly, like, when you look at it, it may not look too bad now, but it's playing the game, folks. Like, actually getting your hands on eFootball. I mean, look at the cutscenes. Crap, you know, not optimized well. Again, optimization terrible. It's laggy, very laggy. I mean, when the game first came out, we all know what happened. It was all over the place. Like, players were glitching through players. It was going through the floor. So many bugs with eFootball 2022 that it was listed as the worst game ever on Steam. Well, that's a little bit of a worry. What's going on here? Has the guy fallen asleep? He seems to have nodded off. There we go. So yeah, you know, I just feel like eFootball 2022 is just bad all across the board. I mean, players' reactions are very slow. It needs to be responsive, but, you know, not too responsive that it gets FIFA-esque. I don't want that. I don't want the animations being so fast that this game turns into a ping-pong arcade fest. I don't want that. You guys don't want it. That's why we don't play FIFA. But PES 21, as I keep saying, really was nothing wrong with it. Just up the response a little bit. And in fact, on PC, to be fair, with the amount of mods you can do, you can actually get PES 21 to be very responsive. In fact, there are so many things you can do with PES 21 modded, and I'm talking about like added new animations I've seen, even the goalkeeping animations being tweaked so they don't jump to the moon, is there. All Konami had to do was call upon the community and say to them, look, we're going to take your game. How did you guys do this? How did you do that? Put it in eFootball 2022, and we probably wouldn't be having this discussion right now, and we'd be enjoying the game. Laziness as well. I mean, there are so many things in eFootball that have been just literally copied and pasted from 21 though, and not in a good way. I'm talking about like the referees themselves, the same player models, the same refs. They couldn't even be bothered to change them. A lot of the celebrations are exactly the same. it's a half-arsed rehash of what I've come to terms with from Konami, and I can't see it getting very much better. I'm not looking forward to any kind of Master League with eFootball at all, because why play this, which way, that, when you can play that on PC and have a really good experience? And with the amount of mods coming out for PES 21, it's ridiculous that we have to go back and play a game now that is literally 3 years old. I mean, it is, maybe even 4 years with the engine it's built on. So yeah, folks, that's why I can't play eFootball right now. There's nothing to do on the game, as we know. The content's crap. I mean, that was a nice little animation there with, what's the name, going down on the turf, but it's just not consistent enough. I mean, once again, you look at that. It just doesn't look good, does it? It looks plasticky. And I know they've improved the player models ever so slightly, but there is a lot of work, folks, that needs to be done with this game. And I really just wanted to put this video out to let you guys know why I'm not playing it. And at the moment, in this current state, I cannot see this game competing with anything. You know, UFL, we know that's coming out at some point. I mean, what with happening in Europe and Russia, it's not helping the cause, because I believe UFL's headquarters is very near there. So that game may even be halted and postponed now a little bit. But UFL don't have to worry about it because, you know, I mean, like, once again, look, watch this. We'll show the replay of this one here. And watch the goalie again. Just jumping. It's the same animation. It's recycled from PES 21. There's nothing new and fresh about it. All they've done with this game is dumb down the controls, badly optimized it, and made... They've actually... Let's talk about one more thing as well. They've made defending on this game so ridiculously hard that it's not fun. I know they're trying to add more freedom, right? But it's got to the sense where when I was trying to play it, and I know I'm used to PES 21, so I'm defending differently. It just holding L2 and X was basically the best way to defend, and it's not a good way to do it. It's not a good system. They should have kept the PES 21 defending mechanics and just enhanced them. There's nothing wrong with them. Like, FIFA's works, but it's too fast. Like, defending on FIFA for me, laughable, because yeah, it's too fast to defend because the players are just like on steroids the whole time and they're going all over the place. It's mental. But yeah, folks, you let me know. I mean, I know a lot of you haven't been playing eFootball because I put a poll out the other day asking about it. Who's played it over the last 2 months since the new year? And I think it was 95% said they haven't played it at all, or 85, 90%. So I know a lot of people aren't playing it, so I'm not the only one. Either way, folks, I can't really say that there's a future with eFootball right now. There's a long way to go, unless they've completely redone this game and decided, look, this is the wrong direction, we need to sort things out, which they won't, because they know this is a mobile game, as we keep stating, and that's what they're ultimately going for, because they make hundreds of millions of dollars a year out of it. That's ultimately what this is. It's turning into Manchester United. It's a business. It's about selling shirts and selling copies, as opposed to putting something out that we'll enjoy and put tons of hours into it, which we won't. I mean, this is a free-to-play game. Remember that, folks. It's free to play, so there's no risk for us downloading it, but there is a risk in Konami making money out of it. If no one enjoys the gameplay, no one's going to spend the microtransactions, which is where they're going to make the money, and also selling DLC with Master League. It all works together, but right now, Konami's game plan is horrendous. I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know what they're trying to go for, but they need a reality check, and they need one fast. So, I'll tell you what, Gran Turismo 7, by the way, an absolute belter of a game. I've been enjoying it. The quality of Gran Turismo, and I know it's been 5 years in development, is just unbelievable. And that goes to show you that, you know, Japanese developers have the potential to put out really nice products, but Konami just don't know what they're doing. Anyway, that's all for today. Let me know your thoughts below. We'll be back with Master League, and once we get the games going with United, we will get them going and hopefully have a really good, fun, solid Master League once again, because it's been a while. Anyway, until next time, let me know your thoughts, subscribe for more, and take care.